This is great. We're so excited. Another Double A Quarantine podcast. My name's Adam. Adrian with us again. And we've got Austin Wynns with us, current Baltimore Oriole, and a member of the Baysox, especially, he had a few years, but especially in 2017, which was a great Baysox team. Austin, we were
Yeah.
before we got this started, though, all three of us here are kind of very social people. We like the handshakes, the hugs. I mean, this quarantine hasn't really been down our alley, has it?
It hasn't been down for anyone. And also, thanks for having me. And yeah, it's been hard times. Hard times. That's what we were talking. We were just like, man, I miss giving someone a hug, a handshake. But it's just we gotta just keep doing our due diligence and just even though like things have been uplifted, we're just still like you still have to be cautious. So yeah.
I think we might have to change the name of the show today, Adam.
Triple A?
Triple A.
Yeah, we got to. But thankfully, Austin isn't there anymore. It was quite. You had an interesting career, though, Austin, or have had one in that when you got drafted, you were one of four catchers that got drafted the same year, and you were the college kid of that group. So when a player gets drafted like you, usually you're kind of the guy in a certain place, but you had to go a long ways kind of bouncing around the minors and playing at so many different levels before that 2017 season where you basically became the everyday catcher at Bowie and proved that you could become a big leaguer. How big was that year for you?
Gosh, every year is big. And just thinking about it, just like reminiscing, and I was like, dang, that's awesome memories. Like through the minors, it's just like the way my career like panned. It's just like it's pretty cool reflecting it. And I've had a lot of great coaching, followed with teammates, made me a better person. PA, just like everywhere. You know what I mean? It's been cool. It's been an awesome ride, and hopefully we have baseball soon, and we could just keep it going. You know what I mean?
Where are you at now?
I'm in Baltimore.
Baltimore.
Good old Baltimore, and I love it here. It's awesome. I'm how far am I away? 50 minutes from you guys?
If that, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been cool. I've been loving it here, just trying to stay busy as much as possible, training, eating good, spending time with the lady. It's just trying to just create like a good spontaneous what you can do inside the doors, inside, you know what I mean? It's been hard, but we've been making it fun.
You know, in the minor leagues, Austin, it's really a family-friendly kind of fun atmosphere. Once you get to the major leagues, though, people start talking a little bit of junk. You've been in the bigs the last 2 years. You're not going to have that in the major leagues this year if you guys get back on the field with no fans, almost certainly. What's one of the funniest things you've heard from a visiting fan to you in a major league stadium?
Oh man, there's I want to say there's probably a good amount, but usually you try to tune that all out. You know, it's like when you walk between those lines, you just like you don't hear anything. You can hear the uproar, but then it's just like you hear the uproar, and you just lock in. You know what I mean? You lock in. It's mano y mano when you're up to bat, you're facing the pitcher, and then when catching, just like you lock in for knowing their whole lineup, knowing their weaknesses, and then knowing my pitcher like to a T. You know what I mean? There's a lot of factors, but when in doubt, you trust your natural ability when you go in between those lines and let it go. So
you're from San Diego, California. My son was born there, and I know she went to Powell High School.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Wow.
The transition from high school to college, what are some of the things that you can tell kids growing up right now, making that tradition and what you did to get to that level?
Ooh, you're going to make me reminisce right now. So in high school, I've had some great coaching and great, like I would my parents too. So I was very fortunate. And with me, it's kind of a wild thing about, I was actually a walk-on to Fresno State baseball. I signed 4 days before school was even going to start.
Wow.
And I was supposed to go to a junior college, Palomar. Okay. I was going to go to Palomar. And obviously freshman, walk on, just trying to survive, keep my head above water. And I remember too, it was just like, didn't play that much. Just like, when I got in there, I was like a defensive specialist guy, and just scraped on with hitting. And then I come back one off season, my sophomore year, I came back hungry. I gained 15, 20 pounds, and I took a job. It was the way it fell in my lap too. Our team was nasty too. We were, I think, like 8 in the nation, or like it was nasty. We were really good. We had some good guys on that team. Judge was one of the guys on the team, and basically that just shows for young upcoming players, just like not everything's handed to you. And I walked on to a D1 and I earned it. I put a lot of work in. I put in overtime and just right place, right time. And that's why you said like my story, like not many people know my story.
Yeah.
So it's just reminiscing of like hard work does pay off, and you got to take advantage of all of your what's the word, of your opportunities. Like, and you have to run with it. Don't be scared. You have to just go full throttle and just let it all out there.
How much did you, or have you relished that underdog role? Because once again, even when you get drafted by the Orioles, we just mentioned it. I mean, you were a 10th round draft choice, which is a really good level, but you were the catcher that was drafted in that season by the Orioles.
I lost you a little bit.
But so how much did you relish?
I think Adam froze for a moment. So
Lost him again. I'm a catcher for the Orioles, okay?
How much did you relish that underdog?
He's blurry. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying.
Okay,
so
we're gonna.
Let's just. You want me to just ramble? I could ramble.
You can ramble. Go ahead. I'm Orioles.
Okay. So with the catching and where I developed it, obviously started with obviously at Fresno State. Steve Rousey was a guy that changed me for the better and worked with me on mobility and then catching drills, whether it's throwing, receiving, blocking, and also calling a game. It goes way back. And then so like that started it. That was like a foundation. And then going into pro ball, I had the luxury of having a pitching coach named Alan Mills. Mm-hmm. He's the man. And we had a very good team. Our draft class was a very good draft class. We had a lot of good players. That was our first time, like we made it to playoffs in Aberdeen. It was the first team. It was cool. And I learned a lot through every single level I go up. The staff, they have so much to give, and you learn like through the manager, the hitting coach, the pitching coach, the extra coach. So it's like everything, like you really got to listen and take it in. And that helped me over my career. And obviously, and the Rovers, I can't forget all of them. I forgot Donnie Warner, and he was another guy that helped like us 4 catchers in our class. Mm-hmm. Jonah Heim, Chance, and Alex Murphy. So it was, and obviously helped so many other catchers through his term. But yeah, so that's just me rambling on catching.
That was a great ramble.
I'm just rambling. So I don't
Austin,
know what you said, Adam.
So you talk about being, an underdog, and of course, underdog going into college, and kind of an underdog, as far as where you were drafted to be able to make the major leagues. And now you're on a baseball team in the Orioles that are going to be that coming into what we hope to be a shortened season this year. How much fun is it to play that role?
It's awesome. Hey, you know what? It's whatever role, like, it's a mentality. Like, that's my mentality. And
Mhm.
for the identity of the Orioles, like, we are going to be the underdogs, and we're going to go out there and we're going to take names. And you know what? We're going to leave it all out there between those lines. And don't, hey, the Orioles are going to be, don't be surprised. That's why I'm saying, like, don't be surprised. Shorter season, and you know
Mhm.
what? A lot can happen. A lot could happen. So it's actually exciting. And the underdogs, I don't mind it. We're gonna be some. We'll surprise some people.
I know some underdogs called the Philadelphia Eagles that won a Super Bowl a few years ago. So anything is possible when you're an underdog.
Oh yeah.
So we have been playing a game called Would You Rather. So Adam's going to give us a 30-second clock. And some of them you might want to be like neither, but just give me an answer for either one. So would you rather be on a bus or a train?
Bus.
All day or all night in a job? Working all day or all night?
All day.
Would you rather live alone or be with the best friends?
Ooh, that's both. That all depends. You know what I mean?
Would you prefer to eat something sweet or spicy?
So I'm half Mexican, and I love spicy. Love it.
Would
Love
you
it.
prefer to have a pet parrot or a pet dove?
Ooh.
Parrot. Parrot.
That's a new one right there.
If you had to spend all day, would you rather be on Twitter or Instagram? You're stuck on it all day. Which one would you rather be scrolling on?
Twitter with news feeds, and it keeps me up to date with a lot of things. Instagram's a little bit on the social side, but
Yeah.
Twitter, you could actually. I love reading and just like educating the mind, which is important.
Nice. And your final question, would you rather have smart friends or attractive friends? And you have to choose.
Smart. Well, the smart ones could be attractive. So it's like you want to be around your closest friends. It don't matter. It don't matter. And you know what? Those are your homies. So
Austin, you got to tell us. I know that he's been around in the area as well right now. How's our boy and a guy in your draft class, Trey Mancini, doing?
He's doing good. He is in good spirits. He's going with the protocols. His procedures, his chemo treatment, he's handling good. And obviously it's hard. It's a battle every week or every other week. And he's doing well. He's doing well. And I saw him for like 2 hours. I had lunch with him and just caught up with him. And he's looking good. He has his hair. He hasn't lost much weight. He looks good. So that's why I was like, dang. I didn't hug him. We actually kept the 6 feet because you know what I mean? Think about it.
Yeah.
It's like he's going through, like, I don't want him to get sick. I just wanted to see him, tell him I love him. And I'm here for you if you need anything. And I think that everyone's reached out to him. He's in good, positive state of mind, always. And that's a guy you want around. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
And so he's an inspiration to a lot of people. Me, I'm one of them. So yeah,
please give him our best and that we're really thinking about him. And
I'll definitely tell him that.
Austin, thank you so much. Thank you for being with us today and reminiscing. That 2017 season was a great one for the Baysox, and we're so happy to see you in Baltimore.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for having me. This was fun. We could have kept on going. I wish we didn't have that much of technical difficulties with the Wi-Fi, but you know what?
We got
it's
through
all
it.
right. It's all good.